Hello, all. Welcome to the Model Way, where we inspire, we motivate, and we teach both new and seasoned models. My name is Lenny Wheeler. I'm your host. Today's show, we're going to be talking about entitlement. What causes it? What are the signs? What's the consequences? And changing the mindset of that thing that kind of can just destroy your career. Our show starts right now.
Take me in your arms, do just what you want. You're the one I trust. I belong to you, and I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. And I'll never let you down, let you down. I'm your song, and you're playing all my melodies. There's no one else, 'cause baby, we got chemistry. Give me feelings that I never knew. This heart of mine will always and forever belong to you. You and me were meant to be.
Welcome back. Please like and subscribe to the show today. Our algorithms are going really crazy right now, and I'm super excited. Almost 1,100 followers. Please hit the like and subscribe button today, right now. Please share, please comment, give us your thoughts. So let's kick this thing off. Let's talk about some of the causes of entitlement. What is entitlement? Entitlement is really just kind of feeling like you deserve things or that you have the right to them in a certain way. I actually want to pull up the definition of that because I think that's very extremely important of entitlement. So I'm going to step in here and check that out. Let's define it. The fact of having a right to something. I was actually right on that, and it just goes crazy to me because like now over the years, I've worked in this industry, good 15 plus years, 16, 17 years. And it's just been crazy. All the models that have come and go. I've had great models over the years, and don't get me wrong, it's not the majority of it, but it can be kind of a handful when you're actually dealing with it, and it can affect a lot of people around you. All my years, I've kind of noticed that like since social media has been on the rise and we got TikTok and Instagram and all these famous influencers out there, everybody feels like they can be just like them or feel like they made it to the top just like them. And that's just a crazy thing to think about, because really when I'm thinking about this thing and I think of all the models that have come through, some of them have a lot of humility, some of them don't have a lot of humility, and some of them feel entitled, like I was saying. The social media influence has put a huge damper on, the modeling industry, just because I think that there's people think they're going to get instant gratification. And, after talking to some of my friends this weekend and then some models and stuff like that, they don't understand that it's a time. It takes time, right? This thing's it's really not and I've always said this, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it takes a lot of time. Your journey is going to constantly continue. And if you can set that expectation in your head, I think your career is going to go much smoother and you're going to have a little bit more longevity with it. And it's just neat to see that. But really, there's a lot of unrealistic expectations from influence and their curated content. You see all these people like Sexy Red, the Rihannas of the world, which is nothing wrong with who they are. But, you look at it as like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And a lot of times that's not true because you're not in that social group, Now, that doesn't say wrong that you will never be in that social group, but realistically, most average people or people that are just trying to make their journeys in life, not only in life, but also in the modeling industry, they're going to have to take their time to get to those spots and get everything done. But you see all these people with, they're dancing around, they got their tail out and hanging out, and it's just bad, and it creates kind of a narcissistic attitude to where you think that you're better than everybody else, or you flip scripts and put the attention on me. I want that. I want this. I want that. And it's just absolutely crazy. I also think that the industry has put a lot of pressure on image and you having to maintain a certain image, whether it be the bright nails, the wild hair colors, the just going to the extreme. And if that's what you do, that's okay. But, I'm kind of telling people as they go through their modeling journey that it can be very hard. People start off their careers, in the business, and they start moving forward, and they start off really, really calm and easy. They get excited, and then they go through these levels of changes that they go throughout their career. The first thing is, wow, Lenny, help me, or mother agent, help me, or agent, help me, managers, help me. That's the mentality. That's a good mentality to be into. There's humble beginnings because you don't know what to expect. You don't understand anything about the business, and then when you do, and you start moving up a level in the business and you start taking steps forward towards your goals, you start looking better, you start acting a little bit better, you start losing a little weight, you start maintaining your inches, you start slimming down, you start getting this physique, but your mentality is still getting there, but it's not there because of these influences and stuff that you have, right? And so once somebody does get there, it's a lot of things that there's constant, like, as agents and as managers and people like that, they'll get out there and they'll start praising these models so much to where it gets in their head and they're like, man, I've got to be just like this. And, well, now there's this attitude that comes along with it because there's praise constantly. And if you're not getting the praise, there's something wrong. There's really there's consequences with that. And, the lack of accountability that comes into play with it, which is absolutely crazy. I just don't understand that because, nobody has the ability to take the accountability for themselves and their actions and the way they are with others, because what happens is, people talk and they get in each other's heads and, there's no accountability. So they always want to put blame on somebody else, right? They always want to put blame because they can't take the accountability for their own actions. And just because they tell somebody else something, they think that they run with that, because that's what the truth is. Because, oh, poor me, I got this, I got that. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. And then you're left hanging there like, okay, the woe is me, right? And then you get coddled and all this stuff. And it's just mind boggling to me because it's just a cycle. And then you find out yourself, you're getting trapped into this world of he said, she said, and putting people off, and then all the negative people that have left before you, you're right with them in that same pocket, right? And so that's how that energy creates. And then you end up finding yourself on the end of the tail, and it's crazy. And nobody wants that. Nobody likes that because there are good people in the world, and there are good people that like to help, and there are good models out there that really try to put effort into doing that, and they stay in that lane, right? So how do you tell if somebody has a sense of entitlement? Well, one of the things is, a lot of times, in some cases, they're going to demand special treatment, right? Like, so you may go to even a casting call, or you take your call sheet and you go to this place and you do your job, but you're there with 20 other people on the set, but you're the one that needs to have this or that. And, this looks better on me than it does her. That's the mindset. And it's wrong because the designers and everybody else that are there that are trying to form you up and size you up and put you on a path so they can create some art and everybody gets paid. You have to feel like you have to put that on because you don't think that it looks good on you when they know that it looks good on her and not you. And that's a sad fact, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to understand that, I think that models, a lot of models like that get in this mentality. They're expecting free products and free services and all these things that come with having that entitlement. And so when you get that entitlement, they don't want to pay for shoots. They think that you need to pay for the shoots. They think that somebody else needs to pay them because they feel entitled. Well, I'm telling you right now, there's photographers that are better than you, that are makeup artists that are better than you. There are other models that are better than you. But if they're giving you something to make sure that you do it, then you need to be a part of that and kind of, put your 2 cents in, figuratively speaking, on the deal. And it's hard. And I've seen it so many times, and I've seen so many people not want to work with people because they're not willing to give. They're not willing to give free services or help build their careers or help elevate somebody else's career. Now, we all want to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid. Everybody wants to make money. And those are the things that I think that are really hard, and it's just hardened the industry in some capacity, if you will. And so kind of really, if I'm kind of getting off subject a little bit, but talking about things like trade for prints or you heard TFP, things like that. Those are things that, those would be exchanges of services that are of equal value, right? Like if you feel like you've got a skill set and the photographer feels like you got a skill set and you can help elevate each other, then that's a trade, right? Or, if that one other person, say if the model's better, and goes for photographers too, but if models have a better feel for something or they got a more experience and they're going to help you enlighten your portfolio, then yes, you need to get paid. And it goes vice versa. Models, if he's got more experience than you and he's been on it and he's got more credentials and his book looks really good and he's going to help elevate you, you need to pay the guy. That's how this thing works, right? Now, those agreements come together within those elements, if you will, in that kind of environment, in that kind of situation. But really, that's kind of one of the things that you can, the signs of entitlement, unprofessional. God, I hate this one because unprofessional behavior is a huge sign because people will feel like they are entitled to being late. They're entitled to not show up or calling you at the very last minute and telling you they can't show up. That is another sign of entitlement. Emergencies do happen, but they shouldn't happen all the time. They shouldn't happen all the time because if you're calling like that and you're doing it consistently, take it for heed. You could be entitled, right? You feel entitled. And so that's a big thing that I look at over in that, right? Like, so how do you, there also, one of the other things that, I really look at on this thing too is that the overemphasis on the self-importance, because that's okay, it's all about me. I don't care what these other girls are doing. I don't care what these other guys are doing. It's all about me. Whatever you can give me, I'll feel much better. I'll sleep better at night because you gave me this or you did this for me, right? So those are some of the signs right there. Another one that's huge, you get disrespect towards colleagues or other partners or other people in the industry. There's a disrespect and a talking down to that hurts. If you know somebody deep and down in your heart, somebody's trying to help you and you're constantly arguing with them because it wasn't enough. I've seen incidences where people have paid for people's rooms and help them get to a place and there's no gratification there. And there's no thank you. Not even a simple thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that is wrong. It's super wrong. Please like and subscribe to the channel today. We'll be right back. So welcome back. We're talking about entitlement, and I talked about the causes of entitlement and also some of the signs and warning signs that you can look for when you see somebody that is entitled, especially in this business. And it don't just count for this business. It counts for every business that you're in or anything that you do and put your hands on, right? And so really the consequences, they're extreme, guys, and nobody wants this for anybody. There is a burned bridge that you can make, and you can damage relationships, not only with the people that you directly work with, but also the people that you indirectly work with. Those are the people that are helping you, the people in the background, the people that you don't see, the people that are trying to help you. Those are the people that you burn bridges with, guys, and word gets out. It gets out. You're going to miss opportunities due to that kind of unprofessional, the tardiness, the overemphasis on self-importance, your unprofessional behavior, your cancellations, expecting product, demanding, crying, whining for no reason. Those are all things that are going to affect you. And it sucks. It sucks to be on that end of the spectrum, guys. It's going to be you're going to miss those opportunities due to that unprofessional, like I said, and your negative industry reputation because it gets around, guys. Your word gets around. Word gets around and rumors get spread or facts get spread, whatever the case might be. And then you're the one left holding that bag. And it's like, dang, I got to fix this. And it sucks. It also creates mental health issues, guys. And that's a whole nother subject because it can create some kind of depression on you. It can create some kind of the anxiety. You don't want to do it no more. You just want to give up. And then that same career that you started a year ago is going down the toilet little by little because you felt entitled. And it is tough, guys. That leads to a short career. Don't put yourself in that situation. So how do we change that? We're going to emphasize your hard work and the dedication. Emphasize your hard work and your dedication, right? And what I mean by that is, when somebody's with you, refocus yourself on where you were in the humble beginnings. You remember when I was talking about that? I said that when you first start, you get excited. You need to bring that same excitement back and act like you don't know everything. Because you don't. Nobody does. I don't even know it. I don't know everything, guys. I'm just giving you from my experience and from the people that I've talked to on a factual basis about this industry, right? You got to foster that gratitude. Like when you're talking to people, you need to thank them. Thank them for what they've done. Thank them for where you're going. Put that seed out there. Why spread the negative seeds? You want to plant that garden, throw positive seeds out there. Throw positive information out there. Plant good stuff on good soil. Don't believe everything everybody always tells you about the industry. Not everybody's right. Some people don't have your best interest at heart. They're all about making that money or making themselves feel good, right? And so, encourage the self-awareness and personal growth. Don't feel like you have to target all this stuff and it has to be about your attitude, because it affects a lot of people around you, guys. Like when you're doing stuff, nobody can focus on everything else to try to help build your career, because everybody wants to focus on the behavior. Get the focus back on you and your goals, where you want to be, your achievements. Those are the things that you have to foster and kind of rebuild and grow to change that mindset, guys. And it's huge, right? Promote yourself, realistic expectations. Put realistic expectations out there. I put a lot of models out there too fast. You put somebody out there too fast real quick and it'll burn you, because you're going to get out there and you're going to get discouraged. You're going to lose your mind, and it's hard because you go out there and you're out there and you're going to be like, okay, why is she doing this and I'm not? That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow, especially you're not mature enough to handle that. And sometimes you got to learn those lessons and go through them and then come back and bounce right back, because it is something that you can bounce back from. And it's tough, guys. When you put those realistic expectations out, you're focusing on yourself and not the problem at hand, right? Nobody wants to be around that, because it affects your whole environment. It affects you at home, it affects you on the job, it affects you on your personal life. Those are things that you gotta let go, guys. Put it back on you, right? Support mental health. If you need a break, take a break. I've taken breaks. God, I just came back from a break. It was tough, and those are things that you're gonna have to do. And sometimes you just need your space. You don't want to do anything to do with it because you're hurt, And all this stems around entitlement issues, guys. It stems around entitlement issues, So, the industry really has, a lot of it. The whole thing affects collaborations, and it affects teamwork and all this stuff that you started out with, and it just goes down the toilet, And those are things that we've learned through this thing that I'm super excited about, guys. But thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I want to comment and let me know how you feel about that entitlement thing, because it has played a big effect on everybody and people that you probably know. But let's try to get it back, guys. Because really, at the end of the day, it's all about what you can do and how you recoup in it. That's just life. Learn how to do that and watch yourself fly, guys. Guys, this has been the Model Way Podcast with your host, yours truly, Lenny Wheeler. And until next time, hasta la vista.